Who are legacy humans? Welcome back. I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author. Who are legacy humans? It's a question we've never had to ask before, because until now, there was only one kind of human. For thousands of years, being human meant being born. No upgrades, no implants, no artificial enhancements. You arrived with what nature gave you, and you lived and died in that same body. But that era is ending. The term legacy human isn't something you'll hear in mainstream media yet, but it will be. In the same way that legacy software refers to programs that still run but are no longer supported, legacy human describes people like us, biologically unedited, unchipped, analog, original models, the last of our kind. We are the final generation of unmodified humans, the last to rely entirely on our natural biology to think, remember, communicate, and reproduce. We are the last humans born without synthetic DNA sequences, without neural interface ports, without AI-assisted cognition. And that makes us the outliers in a world that is rapidly upgrading everything, especially us. Being a legacy human means you are the default template, but that default is no longer optimal. Not in the eyes of the world's leading biotech firms, defense contractors, medical futurists, and AI engineers. To them, natural human limitations are inefficiencies to be solved. Aging, forgetfulness, emotional instability, sleep, illness, even death. These are all problems they believe can be fixed, and to a large extent, they're right. But fixing those problems means redesigning the human model itself. That's where we are today, standing on the threshold of a future where the human body is no longer the defining feature of being human. We're watching the shift from biological to post-biological, from flesh to code, from born to built. Let's define this clearly. A legacy human is someone whose mind and body were formed entirely through natural biological processes. You were conceived without gene editing. You were born without implanted hardware. You've never merged your consciousness with an AI. You do not have digital backups of your memory. Your thoughts are still private. Your emotions are still your own. Your consciousness is contained entirely in your biological form. You are not networked. You are not synthetic. You are not a product of design. And that is becoming rare. In 2018, China announced the birth of the world's first CRISPR-edited babies, twin girls whose genes were altered before birth to resist HIV. The global backlash was immediate, but the technology worked. And once something is proven, it doesn't disappear. It spreads. Quietly, more embryos have been edited. And now, in 2025, multiple governments, private clinics, and biotech firms are pursuing gene editing as a routine feature of conception. Not just for health, but for intelligence, appearance, athleticism, emotional regulation, even loyalty. Simultaneously, brain-computer interface companies like Neuralink, Synchron, and Kernel are building neural implants that allow direct communication between the human brain and external systems. Not metaphorically, literally. Early trials are enabling paralyzed individuals to control devices with thought alone. But the goal is far bigger than accessibility. The real mission is seamless integration between human cognition and digital processing. Once this is normalized, your brain will no longer be a standalone organ. It will be part of the cloud. Children born today will grow up with different baselines. They will have neural links to AI tutors, gene sequences optimized for environmental adaptation, biometric ID encoded in their cells, hormonal patterns regulated by smart nanotech, emotional support provided by AI therapists trained on their every mood. That means the humans of tomorrow will not be like us, not mentally, not physically, and not socially. They will be faster, more compliant, more trackable, and less dependent on the biological messiness that made human culture what it was. So what does that mean for us? It means we're being left behind. Legacy humans are becoming the analog grandparents of a digital species. And like all legacy systems, we are seen as inefficient, vulnerable, limited, in need of upgrade or replacement. This isn't conspiracy. This is market logic. Already, employers in high-performance industries are asking if neuro-enhanced workers should be paid more. Military research is prioritizing gene-edited soldiers. Educational platforms are tailoring content for children with cognitive implants. Insurance companies are quietly reviewing genetic profiles to determine risk tiers. The world is being redesigned for the enhanced, and legacy humans are no longer the target user. This raises the question, is being human still about biology? Or is it about capability? And if it's about capability, what happens when you, with your natural limitations, are no longer competitive? Let's be honest. Legacy humans forget things. We get tired. We struggle with mental health. We need sleep. We make mistakes. We act irrationally. We require food, shelter, medicine, and care. But engineered humans don't have these needs, not in the same way. They can be optimized for efficiency, for obedience, for resilience. They can be programmed. So, when society is faced with a choice between flawed, unpredictable legacy humans and streamlined, programmable digital hybrids, the system will choose optimization. Every time. We are not just watching the rise of a new human. We are watching the slow retirement of the old one. This is not a sudden collapse. It's a transition by attrition. As more children are edited, more minds are integrated, more bodies are synthetically enhanced, the presence of natural humans becomes inconvenient. Legacy humans won't be banned. They'll be priced out, ignored. Made obsolete by social structures and technological norms that no longer accommodate analog life. Think about how quickly the world adapted to smartphones. Think about how fast cash disappeared in favor of digital payments. Now imagine that shift applied to human identity itself. You'll be allowed to remain natural, but everything around you will assume you're upgraded. Your job, your education, your relationships, your healthcare. And slowly, being unedited won't just be rare, it will be unsafe, unsupported, unrecognized. We are the last to experience reality in its raw form. We are the last to rely on memory without backup, thought without AI scaffolding, emotions without pharmacological regulation. We are the last who can say, without irony, that our consciousness exists only inside us. And for all the advantages of what's coming next, something sacred is being lost. Legacy humans are messy. We cry, we doubt, we age, we forget things and fall in love and take irrational risks and get angry and make art and collapse under pressure. But it's in those moments, in our limitations, that something deeply human lives. Call it soul, call it spirit, call it error in the code. But it's real. And once we're gone, that will be gone too. You might be watching this thinking, what's the big deal? Tech has always advanced. That's true. But this is not about technology. This is about ontology, about the nature of being. We're not upgrading tools. We're rewriting what it means to exist. And once you alter the human template, there's no going back. Legacy humans will not be remembered for their resistance. They will be remembered for being the final link to something real, something unfiltered, something untouchable by code. You are not outdated. You are original. And you are being replaced. The question is, will you let them write the last chapter for you? Or will you write it yourself, while you still can? This is the age of the end, but it's also the last moment to remain fully human. Unedited, unchipped, unreplicated. Legacy. Hi, I am Adeline Atlas, 11 times published author, and SOS, School of Soul has a brand new series, the AI and Future Technology series. Look, you know the world is changing, and no, it's not going back to normal. Normal is over, and what's coming next is beyond anything we were prepared for. The School of Soul, AI and Future Technology series includes 319 videos on 1. The Download Society, How Data Has Replaced Destiny. 2. Predictive Future. Your next moves aren't random, they're forecasted. 3. Social Credit Systems. The behavioral economy now governs access. 4. Hive Mind. Synthetic telepathy and collective algorithmic control. 5. Nanobots inside you. Medical, military, and programmable intrusions. 6. Grief Tech. AI-fueled digital resurrection and simulated comfort. 7. Uploading your mind, consciousness transfer, and data-based identity. 8. Deep fakes plus AI clones. The replication of reality and identity theft. 9. Quantum humans, the merger of biology with quantum systems. 10. Digital afterlife, where your data goes when you die. 11. Resurrection science, reviving life through synthetic methods. 12. Immortal science, the end of death as we know it. 13. Longevity science, gene editing, anti-aging, and bio-upgrades. 14. Designer babies, engineered perfection before birth. 15. Artificial wombs, birth decoupled from the female body. 16. 3D printing, printing organs, limbs, and even humans. 17. The humanoid era, the rise of synthetic beings among us. 18. Legacy humans, the slow phase-out of unmodified analog people. 19. Smart cities, algorithmic environments that watch and decide. 20. Cloud-based societies, citizenship without borders or bodies. 21. Hackable humans, emotion, memory, and behavior under code. 22. Biometric scanning, your body is your password and your prison. 23. Sex tech, intimacy reprogrammed by machines. 24. Extinction of gender, fluidity, deletion, and design of identity. Every topic is fully explored with real-world technologies, patents, case studies, ethical analysis, and future forecasts. These aren't someday discussions. This is already happening. Join the SOS School of Soul Vault to overstand the future before it's implemented on you.